Hello and welcome back to the RetroVerse, and thanks for joining me, G, in the RetroVerse for some more unbelievable retro gaming content. And today it's a special day because I'm going to be starting off a new collecting series. So yes, whilst I'm busy collecting the full Dreamcast set, I'm now going to also be collecting all of the double dual case games for PlayStation 1. Why? Because I've just got a bonk on for double dual case games. No, honestly, I don't know why. If I really had to put me thinking cap onto it, it's because the double dual case games really remind us of the 3DO games, which I absolutely love the 3DO. If you don't know what a 3DO is, go and check out one of my bonus ball videos where I talk a little bit about a 3DO and show off my collection. It's brilliant, by the way. But yes, I want to collect all of the double dual case games for PS1. Plus, there's some absolute banger titles that were only released in the double dual case games. To start off, for numbers, there is 60 of them. I have a complete list, which I can put in the description, or I'll put a link to where I've got it. So if you are on that same journey or you're interested in going to do it, check out the description down below and check out that list for yourself. But what I wanted to do in this video is just talk about them a little bit and show you which ones I have so far. So I don't have many of them. This is the start of the mission, so it's episode 1. So this is my collection so far. So I'm going to start it off with one of my favourite PlayStation games, actually, Destruction Derby 2. Now, Destruction Derby 1 was a class game, but it also was a bit shank. Destruction Derby 2, on the other hand, was absolute Bigfoots to Destruction Derby 1's shanks. Throw us a like if you get the reference. Shanks and Bigfoots, hello. Yes, Destruction Derby 2 was absolutely brilliant. A much improved game over the first one, and one of my personal favourite racing games on the PS1. So there's number 1 in the collection on the double dual case games. Number 2, it's one of the greatest PlayStation 1 games of all time, possibly one of the best games of all time. It's Final Fantasy VII. There you go, number 2 into the collection. This is my original copy of Final Fantasy VII, double dual case game, with the sticker on, I might add, but I'll be getting into that a little bit later. Next up, another unbelievable game. See what I mean? The double dual case games, there were some banger titles, because it is Metal Gear Solid. I mean, come on. This is 3 absolute big hitter games straight away. Absolute classic. I mean, I don't even have to say anything about that, do I? No, but number 3. And if it doesn't, I can't even think. What was I going to say there? Just gets even better and better. Possibly, again, listen to me voice. Enough words. Tomb Raider. Unbelievable. This is one of my favourite games of all time. I absolutely love this game. When I busted this out and I was just listening to the music for a bit, you know, the something like that anyways. I don't know what my face looked like there. Pure ecstasy. But yes, Tomb Raider, absolute brilliant game. It's got to be one of the best games of all time. I'm gonna have to bust out that top 10 list one of these days. Yes, and again in a double dual case. Unbelievable. Now, from one of the greatest games of all time to one of the greatest real-time strategy games of all time, number 5. And the last one I might add, so quite a small collection I've got at the moment, but don't worry, you know my usual style by now if you're a long-time subscriber to the channel. But here it is, number 5 into the collection, and it is Command & Conquer. One of the greatest real-time strategy games of all time. Unbelievable series. I mean, why have they not done a new one of that? If that's ever a game for a reboot in a top 10 reboots required, that is definitely it. There you go, you've got, oh look at that, the lovely GDI and Nod, was it Nod? Yes, Nod disc there, brilliant. with old, oh, he's not on the back, but old Baldy Napper. I'll put a picture up here. Old Baldy Napper up there. But there you go. So that is my collection of the double dual case games so far, and it's only 5. Now, I'm going to put the counter up because, like I say, there's 60 and I'm going to collect all of them. But just a little bit of history on the double dual case games that I just wanted to get into and just educate a few people. Because like the 3DO, which predominantly used them. So the first reason why Sony used double cases, which I'm going to throw out an example for you here, is because of multiple discs. Because a CD, you've got to remember these are CDs, not DVDs. Yes, we're in the 90s, people here. CDs, which were unbelievable. I mean, look at this, it says here, 3 CDs containing sights and sounds previously unimaginable. Scene VG, remember that magazine? Unbelievable. Yeah, see if we can get a close-up on that tatty sticker. But it was because there was multiple content. So you've got here disc 1 of 3. Let's see, and then you've got disc 2 and 3, so a 3-disc game, because there just wasn't enough space to cram such a mammoth game onto 1 CD. So that's the first reason, space reasons. Now, the second reason, I'm going to use another example that I've got here. Sometimes there was promotional items within the games, and in Metal Gear Solid, there is a demo disc, which I have, and here it is, of Silent Hill. So it was another great way of promoting other games. Obviously Silent Hill, a Konami game, and so is Metal Gear Solid. So another way to promote your games by giving away a free demo disc. And for the collectors out there, if you didn't know, but you probably do, obviously having the demo disc increases the value of the game. So if you are going to collect them, make sure you are getting them with the demo discs in there. So for a third reason, there was packaging shortages. So instead of having the standard dual case game as most PS1 games do, there was a lot of these double dual cases, so hard to say, lying around. So instead of just not using them and putting them in landfill or whatever, they decided to save the planet. Unbelievable. Thanks very much, Sony. And decided to use a load of their games in the double dual case cases. So that is another reason, packaging shortages. As time went on though, you will see that predominantly all of the PS1 games used the standard Sony PS1 dual. However, when it did have multiple discs or merchandise, etc., then they would use a double dual case. So there is a difference, obviously, sometimes, and I've got 2 examples here which I've mentioned before. Tomb Raider here, you can just see, is a standard dual case. Whereas Final Fantasy, they started putting the PlayStation sticker with the hologram on it. So you can see the 2 differences between just the standard reused packaging and the official Sony PS1 cases with that on. Now, just to let you know that not every single one has it on, and here are countless examples of not having the dual on it. There you go, all official cases, but they don't have the sticker, unlike Final Fantasy VII here. So there is one there, so there's a good example of that. And last but not least, there was some collector's edition. So as well as obviously Metal Gear Solid having the promo CD in, there was some that had other promotional items in. Case in point, which I don't own yet, probably because of the price, if you know what I'm going to say, it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now that came with an art book, a soundtrack, as well as obviously the game and manual, so they needed a double dual case for that game. But as I was saying earlier, there are some big banger titles in this format. Just to name a couple of them, I'll put a couple of pictures up on here. Just some classics like there's Tekken 2, Crash Bandicoot, the first one, Destruction Derby, the first one, Ridge Racer, that was brilliant, Doom, Final Fantasy VIII, as well as the other games that were on PS1. And last but not least, as I've mentioned, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. All of those will be getting purchased by me, G, here in the RetroVerse. So please continue to watch this brand new series as I unlock that subset for PS1. I'm not going for a full PS1 collection, but I am going to go for that subset as a sort of a separate collecting mission. So watch out for the red light, because it means it's going to be a PS1 based video, and I'm going to be plowing through these. And I've actually got some on order, and I'll be adding some in the coming weeks, including a couple of big hitters like I've already mentioned. You know the way I do it. So make sure you stick around, watch my previous video over here, and I would love it if you joined us here in the RetroVerse and subscribe by this button as well. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.